Dramatic cigarette light.
Yeah, they can't see that.
No, but they can hear that I mean business.
Okay.
I mean business.
What kind of business?
Serious business.
What kind of serious business?
Dangerous intrigue kind of business.
All right.
All right.
Welcome to Goose Chase.
We are back, and we are threatening and scary.
We are nothing of the sort. I am nothing of the sort.
This is a show where we scare the shit out of you.
It's not. It's not.
No, it's
not. If you were afraid that it was, please keep listening.
I am seated across from shivery blankie port.
Mm-hmm. It's nice and chilled down here, and I like it.
Mm-hmm.
But
I am your co-host, Drugsy Baby.
Needed America blanket.
We are off on episode 11. This is become an ongoing thing on the Dudecast.
I know, I love it.
Chris can't handle when I say what episode it is, so if he's listening to this, he's probably gritting his teeth.
It's episode 11.
11.
I don't know if he would mind it on our show. It's just the show he's on that annoys him.
Hey, I went all of yesterday's episode, didn't say anything, and he blew it out at the end. He wouldn't stop saying what episode it was. So, alright, that's how it's going to be. I see how it's going to be. 11.
So, what do we want to talk about at the top of the episode? I know what I want to talk about.
You got something?
Yeah. Yesterday was my first derby practice.
That's right, you derbed.
I derbed.
You derbed.
Not with the best of them. Is he trying to lick the toilet again?
I keep watching because he's in there. Come on, dog, get out of there. Get out of there. Don't be eating that toilet
This
stuff.
is really good podcasting.
This is an insight into our lives. So
you can picture it. We're sitting at a round table. I'm facing Dave and a wall, a very scenic wall. Mm-hmm. Has like a picture of a rushing river and woods.
Yeah.
And
an insane mural in my basement.
It was just there when he moved in. And Dave is facing the other side of the basement.
With a good view of a nice crapper.
Of the Pittsburgh toilet behind us. And Bo likes to wander over there and try to lick it.
Yeah. I don't know what he's doing now.
He's investigating my painting area now.
Yeah. And the treadmill. Oh, whatever. Anyways, you derbed.
I derbed.
Pretty good.
Yeah. So I stopped by yesterday because I voted, and then I had like 40 minutes to kill before I was going to go derb. Mm-hmm. And I didn't want to go home because I knew if I went home, I would not leave. Like, if I go home at the end of a day, it's just over. There's like getting me to leave again.
The minute you've gotten comfortable on a seat, it's like, do I really want to do anything?
And I was already like getting cold feet. And so I was like, no, I have to like stay somewhere neutral.
Yeah.
So I came over. I was on the show for a few minutes before I had to leave.
You were our first segment guest. Mm-hmm.
I went to Derby. And it was super duper tough. I mean, I know it was going to be, but...
Yeah, you had no illusions about the fact that this would be a difficult thing to do.
But you never... It doesn't matter how much you prepare yourself for something that's going to be difficult. Mm-hmm. You never know exactly the way it's going to be difficult until you do it.
Well, yeah. Especially when that thing specifically involves falling on your ass a bunch. Like, it's not an easy... Even as difficult things go, it's pretty tough.
So far, they were teaching us a couple things, and I have an actual fresh meat instructor.
Do they refer to themselves that way?
Yeah, she's the fresh meat
trainer. So you're freshy meaty port.
Yeah, I'm fresh meat. As affectionately called in the Derby world. Mm-hmm. And I don't think I told you this part, but there is another fresh meat with me. There's another person doing this with me. And last night was her first night too.
The meeting of the meats.
Yes. So I was really happy that there was someone else going through it with me.
Oh yeah.
I could kind of bond with someone over how tough it is.
Sure. That helps.
And everyone was super nice. The regular practice is going on at the same time, so they're kind of like avoiding us as we wobble around on our skates. But they taught us the regular skating method, like the way you're supposed to skate.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like pushing off and lifting your foot actually up and then putting it back down and then doing the same with the opposite foot.
Yeah, essentially like kind of like lunging but with skates on.
Yeah, and not super deep, just kind of like pushing to the side and then gracefully doing that with the other.
Yeah.
The main mistake people make is they kind of like, obviously you're nervous and you do like a kind of shuffle, like a walking kind of shuffle, and you don't really glide.
Yeah.
And then the second kind of skating they tried to show us is sticky skating, which is where you propel yourself forward, but you don't lift your skates at all. Mm-hmm. And the reason for that is that when you're actually in a bout, when you're in the pack, it's more for like your blockers. Mm-hmm. You don't really want to lift up your skates because you don't want to trip yourself and everybody around you up.
Sure.
So
you're more stable with both feet on the ground.
Right. You're trying to maintain your pace, maintain the pace of everybody else, and propel yourself forward without having to lift your skates a whole bunch. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, that makes sense.
It's a really important skill and one that has been very difficult for me so far. So I'm going to practice that.
Yeah. Honestly, going skating just at a skate rink might not be a bad idea.
I definitely want to do that. I want to get some extra practice in where I can.
Yeah.
It's my main concern with going anywhere and skating was just that if I fall, I'm okay with falling, but if I fall, I have a really hard time getting back up again. Mm-hmm. And so I don't want to be somewhere where there's nothing that I could hold on to help me get back up, or no one around to help me. But I started to address that obstacle last night at practice, and they gave me some really good tips on how to get back up. And I feel like I was just kind of focusing on the wrong muscle groups, on like where I should be putting the strength. And it's been a little bit easier. I actually did it by myself once, and I was really excited. I actually yelled, "I did it!" in the face of my instructor. And we both like laughed gleefully for a second. But it was like this person who I just met an hour ago is super proud of me because I did something I couldn't do at the beginning of practice. Yeah. I'd only been there for an hour, so...
It's pretty good improvement.
Yeah.
And just do that a number more times and you won't even think about it anymore.
Perfect. Yeah.
Perfecto.
So, I feel like I struggled a lot with the sticky skating, so I practiced a lot more on that than the other person did, the other fresh meat. So she moved on. I think she was learning plow stop, which I kind of already know, because I practice this a little bit on my own. But on the one hand, it's like, I want to do what you're doing. I want to be at the same pace, but you have to like focus on what you need work on. And it's nice that we were each getting a little bit of focus on our strengths and stuff like that and what we need to work on. So I was, what are you doing with your lip?
Pushing my lip around. I don't know why.
I don't either. It's very distracting, Mr. Rubber Face. Mm-hmm. But it was really good. It was really frustrating. I'm going to keep going. Actually, I'm going to go tomorrow after work. They're having a practice.
Sweet.
So I'm going to keep working on it, and I'll report back. Nice. And I think February they do their drafting. I don't know if I'll really be up to par to actually be drafted onto either of the teams by then. But at one point, the trainer, I was like watching them do a practice bout.
Yeah.
And the trainer came by and was like, "A year from now, you'll be in there." And it made me smile and laugh a little bit and go, all right, yeah, like I'm going to do it.
That's nice.
Yeah. Goals.
Yeah. Pretty good. Anything
for you?
No.
Nothing. Nothing.
No, honestly, I don't know. It's pretty chill week for me. I have this I'm developing a kind of optimism that doesn't feel at all normal to me. I'm not sure how to deal with it.
Embrace it?
Yeah, I guess.
Just go with it?
I don't know. I've been I don't know what it is, but just lately I've been feeling like maybe things are not as bad as I think they are in the world and in my own life and just everything. So Optimism doesn't come naturally to me.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
It's not that it doesn't come naturally, but...
But just to be finding it, is a little odd.
I know what you mean. Like, I have days at work. Work for me is the hardest place for me to be optimistic.
Yeah.
And for me, the days when I come home and think about the day and can't really remember anything outright negative...
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's cool. I guess it was a good day.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying. It feels foreign, but just embrace that feeling. Roll with it as long as you can.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel natural at all to me. But I don't know. It's been a good couple of days for me. I've been doing some cooking. I've been kind of some keeping my house in order, keeping my head focused. Not drinking quite so much. A couple of incremental improvements. Going to bed on time. Actually, yesterday I was in a phenomenal mood for the Dude Cast, which was good because the week before I was in a good mood. We had a good time, but we ate a bunch of pasta beforehand, and we were all tired.
Mm-hmm. And I listened to that episode, and you guys are struggling. You're just like. Keep talking about how full you are.
Well, it's really hard to do an effective podcast with a belly full of pasta.
I get it.
It just messed me up. But the other thing is, I'm realizing that I think a lot of how I feel is directly tied to how much sleep I get. You know, and whether I stay up too late and drink too much beer before the next morning and all this stuff. And so, I don't know. Yesterday was a really good day. Today was a fairly good day, good. And feeling rested and feeling optimistic about the world. And
awesome.
So that's good.
Glad to hear it.
I don't know if anyone cares at all about that, but it's...
Last night, I knew I had a bunch of stuff that I was like, okay, this is your day. This is everything you have to do. I knew I had to do laundry. And I obviously was going to vote after work and then going to Derby after that. And then I wanted to come home after Derby and do laundry and take a shower and research for the podcast. Because the night before, I started doing research and I got like a page worth of notes done. And then was like, I can't focus. Like, I have to go to bed. It was like 11:30 or something and I was wiped.
Yeah, sometimes it's just like that.
So last night I had so much on my plate and I failed. I did my laundry. Well, I put the laundry in the washer, sat down on my bed, laid down, and then felt myself drifting off and I was like, no. Like, I was willing myself to just go upstairs and take a shower at the very least and switch my laundry out.
Yeah.
I passed the fuck out. I woke up at 2 a.m. and was like, I haven't done anything. So I switched my laundry out and I was like, I'm going to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And I'm going to come back down here and I'm going to sleep more.
Yeah.
I'm still not going to do anything. I'm just going to wake up early, going to take my shower because I absolutely need one, and I'll figure out the research later. And so I had to do it before we started the podcast.
That's
because
okay.
There was no way. But on the bright side, I tend towards being an insomniac. And if Derby practice is going to wear me out enough consistently to get me to sleep like that,
not bad.
It's an added benefit.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll tell you what. I Monday night I laid down in bed at 10 o'clock. I'm not kidding you. And I played a little game on my phone for a little bit, and then eventually went to bed closer to midnight. But I'm going to bed regularly at 2 a.m. and then waking up at 8 or 9. That can't stand.
Good. I know for me, about 6 or 7 hours of sleep is where I'm optimal. I don't really need 8 hours. It's almost too much for me.
Right.
But I need a solid 6 or 7.
Yeah.
And I never give myself that.
I need 8.
Yeah, I don't. I don't. If I'm good, health-wise, everything else is good.
Yeah.
6 or 7 is perfect. If health-wise I'm off, then I will just sleep forever and nothing feels good.
I wish I could be like those maniacs that sleep 2 hours a night and feel fine.
Have you heard of the sleep method where you you take tiny little naps throughout the day?
Yeah, it's like micro naps.
Yeah, you train yourself to go directly into REM sleep.
Yeah.
And so you just take, like, you need far less sleep because you're getting the right kind of sleep.
Yeah.
But who has the kind of schedule that they could take, like, 20 micro naps a day?
I don't know.
Not someone who works in retail.
Well, the other thing is, like, I'm fairly certain a full REM cycle takes an hour and a half, and there's, like, no budging on that. That's what I understood, which is why they have those alarm clocks that you tell it when you're going to bed, and it will wake you up at the end of a REM cycle, in theory, because it'll time it out. But who knows? I guess everyone can be different. You can be one of these crazy freaks in nature that just...
I've heard that it's like a scientifically sound thing. Like, the science behind it makes sense. It's just not very practical.
Yeah.
But anyway, we've chatted about bullshit
We
enough.
have chatted for 16 minutes.
All right. Are you ready for some news?
I'm ready for the news quiz. I'm ready to crush this one so
You're
good.
really excited about it. That's good.
I'm always excited about this.
I'm ready for the news quiz.
What is we've done? Okay, so if this is our 11th episode, then that would be like this is the 6th time I'm doing this.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to knock this out of the park. I'm trying to raise my 40% success rate.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to bring it up to a 50% success rate.
All right.
I'm trying to climb the ladder of awesomeness.
Okay, let's see if you do it.
All right, let's see. What do we got? Oh, by the way, for someone who's listening for the first time, Christy is going to present me with 2 false news stories and 1 true one. My job is to guess the true story, which I'm so going to do so awesomely.
All right, first headline.
All right.
Dog DNA test determines rescue dog is a dingo.
But that can't be because it ate my baby. All right. Okay.
All right. Next, as apology to Hispanic fans, Justin Bieber writes song in Spanish, promises it doesn't contain the word burrito.
What?
So
if you wrote this is weird.
Well,
yeah.
I feel like there's backstory to this one.
Yeah, there simply must be.
Well, there's that song Despacito.
Okay.
And it's in Spanish.
Does he rhyme Despacito with burrito?
Well, he sings on that song and insisted apparently in concert on singing it in Spanish, but did not learn the words. And so there are several videos of him saying things like blah 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 Despacito, like literally saying blah 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 blah,
blah,
Despacito,
blah, blah.
or I don't know the words, so I say Dorito. I don't know the words, so I say burrito.
Oh.
Like, this is on video.
What an asshole.
Yes.
What a complete asshole, Justin Bieber. Okay. Backstory accomplished.
Last one.
Last one.
Iceland bans American televangelist.
Iceland bans American televangelist.
Yes.
Singular or plural?
Plural.
Like,
all American
televangelists. Damn. That one's so vague. It's like why? Other than the fact that it's probably the right thing to do.
All right, let's run through them again.
Yeah, let's hear them again.
Dog DNA test determines rescue dog is a dingo.
A dingo.
May have eaten a baby.
Ate my baby.
As apology to Hispanic fans, Justin Bieber writes song in Spanish, promises it doesn't contain the word burrito.
That feels so real.
Iceland bans American televangelists.
You really got me on a tight spot
I really
here.
got you now.
Oh, okay. Balls.
That is not one of the options.
Not an option. Balls is not an option. The Dave Dragowski story. All right. Shit. This is tricky. I'm gonna take a stab at this one. I'm thinking it's the televangelist story. I'm thinking that's it. Final answer.
Fuck you.
Yes! Yes!
Okay, let's look at this article.
50%.
I'm so mad that you're getting better at this.
50%. That's a Youngstown A.
I'm getting worse. Okay.
No, you're not getting worse. That one was it just lacked enough detail that I'm like...
No, I mean, I'm getting worse at guessing, and you're getting better.
Oh, you're not getting worse.
Reykjavik Island.
Yeah.
Island nation situated in the North Atlantic took a monumental leap forward by passing legislation banning American televangelists.
I would love to know why.
The Icelandic Psychological Defense Act takes effect immediately. I love that it's called that. No American televangelist may set his or her foot in the small nation of 330,000 souls.
Wow.
No programming by such people may be shown on Icelandic television or played on the radio.
Wow.
So the genesis of the Icelandic Psychological Defense Act, like most of the world, Iceland is watching the United States of America with growing concern. President Trump won the election in part by blowing demagogic dog whistles so loud, even racist German shepherds across the Atlantic could hear. That's some good writing.
That's a very weird way to say that.
Many in Iceland wondered if he could have won without the support of conservative churches and their faith-based flocks, hoping for the biblical apocalypse. The answer is obvious. Prime Minister Andrew Cantor touted the IPDA while soaking in one of the many hot springs the country enjoys.
Where did this article come from?
Pathos.
Okay.
We in Iceland value our relationship with the United States of America. It is a great nation with a history they should be proud of. Currently, however, they seem to be off whatever medication their doctor prescribed for them. Iceland wishes to support our friend in need. In that spirit, we're sending teachers over there to educate and assist rural communities infected with ignorance and superstition. What we will not do is allow ourselves to be invaded by that ignorance and superstition, which is propagated by televangelists.
Wow.
The decision to ship vital resources to the United States is done with a heavy heart. Much needed resources slated for sub-Saharan Africa must now be directed to the country with the most bloated military budget in the world. It's a waste. They're willfully ignorant. It doesn't matter how many math textbooks you give them, they have the Bible, remarked one anonymous African politician.
Wow.
Icelandic and American conservative Christian relations soured ever since Iceland declared Christianity a public health threat.
Wait, did this happen?
This new action is causing American televangelists to declare a spiritual holy war against Iceland. Prayer groups are forming to pray bomb Iceland back into the Bronze Age. If they're successful, then it's expected the country will become the 14th state of the Confederacy. This doesn't even sound real, but
no, it sounds
it
very.
Is.
You've cross-checked this though. They're doing this.
Maybe I need to cross-check it better.
The thing is, it doesn't seem implausible to me that they would ban televangelists from their nation.
Let me try to find an independent source. The writing is it's the writing that's
the writing is making me skeptical too.
Let me look this up.
Yeah, you want to take a little pause break?
Yeah, let's take our break now.
Hey, it doesn't hurt to be skeptical even after the fact. So we are going to do a little bit of checking here. Hold on 1 second.
I am so disappointed.
We got goofed.
We got gotten.
It
happens to the best of us.
Hey, but you know what? We nipped it in the bud.
Yeah.
We're skeptical. We applied the only tool that human beings have to root out bullshit, which is the arched eyebrow and a little bit of research.
I wanted it to be real.
Yeah. You know what though? It was good of our alarms to be going off.
You know, I hadn't read through the article thoroughly enough.
Yeah.
And I should do better.
No, that's all right.
But Snopes
all do it sometimes.
Snopes has told us that it is not true. The writing is really what tipped it off. There were a couple links in there to the fact that it's satirical.
Conceptually, though, it's I could certainly see something like that happening where...
It seemed very feasible to me.
Yeah.
Not exactly the way the article was claiming, but
the facts of the thing
as far as like
seemed
not
plausible.
showing American televangelism on TV there, that made sense to me.
Yeah.
But You still win because that was the one that I thought was real, so you still guessed it.
I'm willing to set that point aside.
No.
That's a sketchy point.
No. You still earned it. But even we...
You know what, though?
Even we stumble.
This is good, actually, I think, for us to have done this exercise live on the show. Yeah. Because this is what we're encouraging people.
It was good that I fucked up.
No, it was.
It's a lesson
I actually think
all of us.
I really do think it was a good thing. Because what we're encouraging people who listen to this show to do is to apply skepticism to everything.
Be better than me.
No, be as good as you. To have stopped and gone, I smell bullshit. Yeah. And to take the time to correct yourself. So I think we actually just did a really good thing here.
All right.
You gotta be proud of yourself, even because there's nothing wrong with being wrong.
It's true.
There's a great pleasure in being wrong, because it means you get to be right after.
I'm all about owning up to it.
Sure. So, in the spirit of the nature of this show, we got goofed on.
We got goofed on. Pathos.
Pathos.
Looking at you.
Wag of the finger, Pathos.
But also, I might go to you to get some fake news headlines.
Fake news.
Fake news.
Fake news. Oh my God. Yeah. Well, that kind of segues into something I wanted to talk about for the middle segment.
Little segment?
If we could.
Uh-huh.
This is something that affected me today. Something that I read that really kind of had a little impact on me. And I think it would make for good light reading for anybody who's kind of interested in the state of, the world, America, blah, 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 politics, derp. So, Politico, around the time before last year's election, did a sort of an in-depth series of interviews. They went to Johnstown, Pennsylvania. I don't know if you know anything about Johnstown. I really did not. I think geographically it's at the southwest of Pennsylvania, more or less.
Okay.
It's so basically pretty far south of Pittsburgh, but there in the corner somewhere. It's a former steel town. It's a place a hell of a lot like Youngstown.
Okay.
Which is why I think I was so interested in this. And around the time of the election last year, they went and they talked to people about their thoughts on, the election and, the candidates and how they, just basically got a sense for how the town felt. Mm-hmm. It's a town that went, the county in particular went really heavily pro-Trump, right? Mm-hmm. Which, again, is, I think, kind of reflective of the former industry of the town. A place, again, not that different from Youngstown. Yeah. A place that used to have a lot and felt kind of left behind by the new economy, right? Mm-hmm. And without saying too much about that article, basically they just went around, canvassed people, found a lot of support for the president, the to-be president, right? And the way that they talked about it was kind of in measured tones where it's like, okay, but, we're holding him to these promises, right? We're holding him to these expectations. This is what we want to see actually happen. Mm-hmm. And they went back. This was published today.
We gotta go back.
We gotta go back. Go back, Marty. They went back for a follow-up. Now about a year later, and the reason I'm recommending this is just because I think it's a really interesting. It's a really interesting snapshot of the way that political attitudes develop. Or sometimes don't develop. So when they went back, they interviewed, I think, about 5 or 6 people in the town. Mm-hmm. Some people they had seen, when they were there before, some new faces. And the basic question that the reporter went in with is, okay, now how do you feel a year later?
Are you happy?
Yeah,
is this what you wanted? Do you feel that he's held up his end of the bargain?
Yeah, right. Basically just a checkup, right? Mm-hmm. And I think it was pretty surprising that what he found, what the takeaway was. I think he summed it up pretty well in one quote, which was, "It's not that the people of Johnstown have moved the goalposts for the president; it's that they've removed the goalposts altogether." So what he found was unwavering support, despite the fact that a lot of these people, when he was there last, were really counting on a lot of the promises made during the campaign, right?
This reminds me of a psychological principle called the foot in the door. It's like a sales tactic.
Yeah.
The foot in the door tactic. You get someone to agree to something, no matter how small.
Yeah.
And because they did that, they feel it's very hard to say no to the next ask.
Yeah.
So they've already bought in by voting for him.
Yeah.
It would be really hard now to turn tail and back down and be like, I made a mistake.
Yeah.
Or I'm not really happy with where things are going.
Yeah.
It's easier to buy in and be like, nah, it's great. Nah, I support the president. He's the president. I support him.
Yeah. I think it's the reason that incumbents win so often is that, they won once, and that in and of itself is a confirmation of the fact that they should be there.
Right.
The people collectively said yes once. It's really sad to read about Johnstown, Pennsylvania. It's a lot like Youngstown as well, and as far as the opioid epidemic.
I was going to say drug problems.
Overdoses. Abandoned lots.
For anyone we're reaching who isn't from this area, Youngstown and this general area, Ohio as a state, I mean, it's a big problem everywhere right now, but there is an opioid epidemic.
Yeah.
And lots
it's very bad.
Lots of overdoses.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very sad. We need to find better ways to address it. And I know people are working on it, but we're not there, and it seems like it's getting worse every day.
It does. And I mean, here's the other thing. Johnstown's a small town. It's smaller than Youngstown, if I remember correctly. It's a small town. 150 people, I think, overdosed last year. They're on track to do the same this year. Maybe it's 100. It's like, for a small town, 100 people dying is a lot of people.
I mean, did those people are those overdoses resulting in deaths?
Yeah. No, yeah. That's 100. I mean, I don't know what the total number of overdoses are, but 100 people, maybe 150, I forget the exact figures. That's a lot of people for a small town.
Yeah.
And despite the fact that many of Johnstown's problems have not changed, in fact, they've continued to get worse. The number of abandoned lots has gone up. They can't even afford to bulldoze them, so they have signs on the front of these homes like a big X just for the fire department to know if it catches fire, just let it burn.
Yeah.
That's like the state that they're in.
I mean, yeah, this place does sound really similar to Youngstown.
It's very similar.
We have had an arson epidemic in Youngstown for similar reasons of just like abandoned houses getting foreclosed on.
Yeah.
Banks aren't really held accountable, so they don't keep the property up while there's no one in it, especially in Youngstown proper. Houses are used for, like, squatters will live in them, or people will sell drugs out of them, and it leads to blight in neighborhoods, and the neighbors being very upset because now their neighborhood, it's already, Youngstown is not the safest depending on where you're at.
Yeah.
And then even in some of the safer parts or areas that are a little better, when this thing starts to happen and you have more and more abandoned buildings, it is not good. And so there have been people who have committed acts of arson because it's easier than waiting for someone to do something the right way.
Yeah. Yes.
My brother actually has a job where he works to address this, and they listen to neighbors who reach out and people in the community who say, hey, take a look at this place and see what can be done.
Yeah.
And they go out and check on their property and kind of make an assessment and go, can something be done with this, or are we just gonna get rid of it and start new?
Yeah.
And remove it from the neighborhood to improve the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So that's a really cool thing that he's been working on with his job. It's really great. It's something this area needs.
It's important work.
Yeah. And it's something that, like, hearing other places go through similar things. Like, this is the kind of thing that's needed.
Yeah.
It's so many problems in towns like Youngstown, in cities like Youngstown.
Yeah. Well, the big takeaway, the reason I recommended this is just, I feel like it's worth a read for anyone wondering what their friends and neighbors and people, in other places who, might have supported a president that a lot of us didn't support, wondering what their attitudes might look like now. A little bit
of perspective.
It's very interesting. I don't think...
Also maybe some insight into how they made that decision or why they would even make that decision in the first place. If you're having a hard time relating, which I know I do.
I think relating is very important. I think it's really, really important to not paint everyone with a broad brush and to not see, a vote for someone that you disagree with as strictly bigoted.
Yeah. You know what? I just have the feeling so many decisions can be made out of, like, desperation.
Yeah.
Sometimes even apathy of, like, hey, it's bad. How is it going to get worse?
But the thing is there's bigotry in there too. That's
also
part of the mix.
Course.
This is why I say read this article.
What's the name of the article again?
It's the actual title is something like in Johnstown, things haven't changed, but they love their president anyway, or something like that. I cannot remember what it's titled, but it's the top of Politico right now, and
okay,
maybe for a little while. It's part of their Politico magazine.
I might have a read of that also.
I will say it was a little disheartening, but it's useful insight into the way that people double down.
Yeah.
And so, a place as similar as this one, especially if you're from the Youngstown area, have a look. And
if you're not from the Youngstown area, have a read and understand where we're at.
Yeah, right. It's a weird world, but like I said, I'm still feeling optimistic. Despite reading what I think is a pretty depressing read.
Yeah,
I'm still optimistic.
You're still optimistic.
This is what I'm saying. I'm full of it. I'm full of the good.
Full of something.
I'm full of the good vibes.
Good. One of us has to be.
At any given time.
It's not going to be
one of us has to be.
So let's talk about Trash Island.
We're going to take a little break.
Oh.
Hold on. So we're going to take a little break, and when we come back, we'll be discussing our main topic.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. All right, stick around.
On that chipper note, we're going to get into our main topic. Would you like to say what we're going to be?
I will tell you. Yes, I will talk about what I prompted you with, which is this is maybe a weird topic, but I think that there's a lot of like related stuff that you might find along your research that might be kind of interesting. What I was thinking about was this claim that, and I think it's true. I've seen pictures of it. It's out there that there is, and there's probably more than one. Gigantic trash islands floating through our oceans of discarded stuff that has clumped together and formed these big moving just patches of trash. And the idea of it fascinates me and kind of freaks me out.
I will tell you this much.
Yeah.
It's true, but it's different than you think.
Okay. Yeah, so what I've seen and what made me want to know more about this is pictures of guys in diver suits sitting on the edge of a boat, and there's just garbage everywhere, and like a guy going backwards into a pile of trash, which just freaked me out. So I wanted to tell me about the amount of waste that is floating in our oceans, or perhaps more related stuff. I thought you might find a lot of interesting material here. So tell me all about Trash Island, and can I buy a condo there?
No.
Oh, okay.
So Trash Island, aka the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, or the Pacific Trash Vortex.
vortex. It all swirls together.
It was discovered between 1985 and 1988. First, I want to talk about water.
Let's talk about water.
I just want to discuss some terms real quick. So, I'm going to be discussing the water column a little bit. This is a conceptual column of water. It ranges from the surface of water to the bottom sediments of a body of water. Okay. And it's kind of broken up into sections. And it's really used for environmental studies.
Sure.
To kind of just discuss the differences in the water between different levels. Okay. And they discuss things like pH, turbidity, temperature, salinity, total dissolved solids, pesticides, pathogens, the chemicals, and the biomes in the water.
So this is if you were to take a snapshot of a body of water, what you'd find at each strata, sort of like geological strata.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then I want to talk about the 5 major oceanic gyres.
Gyres?
Yes.
Gyre.
So we have the North Pacific Gyre.
Okay. What is a gyre?
It's basically, it's just like, they've just broken up the bodies of water. It's just like a section of the water. It's classified by like the different currents that come into play and where it's located.
Okay. But it's like sort of like oceans, but not quite. It's like looking at them as big.
Yeah.
Big blobs.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, just big blobs.
Okay.
It's very accurate. So, the Northern Pacific Gyre is the one where I'm going to focus on.
Okay.
But there are 5 major oceanic gyres.
Yeah.
And the North Pacific Gyre is in the Northern Pacific Ocean. It covers most of the Northern Pacific Ocean. Mm-hmm. It's the largest ecosystem on Earth.
Wow.
It's located between the equator and 50 degrees north latitude. It's 20 million square kilometers.
Wow.
And its current is a clockwise circular pattern. It's fed by 4 ocean currents: the North Pacific Current to the north, or from the north, the California Current from the east, the North Equatorial Current from the south, and the Kuroshio Current from the west.
Okay.
So these kind of, I'll discuss in a little more detail how the currents come into play, but that has a lot to do with how Trash Island has come to be.
Okay.
So, Trash Island was discovered between 1985 and 1988. I'll talk in a little more detail of how it was discovered later, but it's characterized by exceptionally high concentrations of plastics, chemical sludge, and other debris that have been trapped by the currents of the North Pacific Gyre.
Okay.
Its low density prevents detection by satellite photography or casual passersby. So it consists of small increase in suspended particles in the upper water column.
Okay.
So when you think of those images of like big pieces of trash and debris, that's not really what Trash Island is.
Gotcha.
That might happen sometimes, but that's actually kind of rare to see like large things. Okay. It's actually usually microscopic and not very noticeable, even to people near the area.
Okay.
So, the discovery of Trash Island.
I can imagine an Indiana Jones like expedition out to the middle of nowhere.
Alaska-based researchers measured neustonic plastic in the North Pacific Ocean. Okay. And they discovered high concentrations of marine debris that accumulate because of those ocean currents.
Okay.
So, extrapolating from their findings in the Sea of Japan, they hypothesized that similar conditions would occur in other parts of the Pacific where currents create more stable waters. Okay. And they hypothesized that one of these places would be the North Pacific Gyre, so they kind of started to go looking for it.
Okay, so they just basically figured that this stuff would pool somewhere, and they kind of mapped out where they thought it would be?
Yeah, because of so they kind of scientifically deduced that because of the way the currents are, if they're going to pool somewhere, where would they pool? Okay. And they thought the North Pacific Gyre, so they did some tests and kind of confirmed that is in fact what's happening there.
Science.
So they published a paper on that in 1988, It's by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, of the United States.
Okay.
In 1999, Charles J. Moore just finished the Trans-Pacific Sailing Race.
Oh.
He was returning home through the Pacific Gyre and claims to have passed enormous stretch of floating debris. He alerted oceanographer Curtis Ebbesmeyer, who later dubbed the region the Eastern Garbage Patch. That's often featured in media reports as an example of marine pollution.
Yeah.
There is also a similar patch in the Atlantic Ocean called North Atlantic Garbage Patch.
I love garbage patch.
Yep.
Just like the idea of it's like a field of potatoes or something, like just harvesting garbage out here.
It's a cabbage patch. It's just our garbage patch.
Sounds like Cabbage Patch.
I want some Garbage Patch babies.
Yeah, you about some Garbage Patch Kids.
Yeah.
Well, they already kind of have Garbage Pail Kids. I guess it's about the same thing.
So let's discuss size.
Okay, let's talk about it. How massive is this trash heap?
Well, the size and distribution is kind of unknown. It is large, but visible items aren't really common.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned. So the size has to be determined by sampling. So kind of testing the water and seeing if the... really what they're measuring is a higher than normal degree of like debris and specifically plastics.
Yeah. I wonder how many Coke cans is normal.
So they do this sampling, and the size determined by doing the sampling is somewhere between 700,000 square kilometers, which is 270,000 square miles for us Americans, which is approximately Texas.
Wow.
So between Texas to more than 15 million square kilometers,
What?
which is approximately as high as 8% the size of the Pacific Ocean. That is a very large range. So it can be, they're hypothesizing that it's somewhere between that is how big this actually is. Now, the problem is that this is such a wide range, it's such a big estimate.
Yeah.
Because this patch is determined by higher than normal degree of concentration of this debris in the water, but there's not really a standard to differentiate between what's normal and what's elevated enough to be considered a part of the garbage patch.
Yeah.
No one's made a delineation like, well, if you've reached this specific amount, this is too much and it's now considered a part of this.
It's probably hard to say what is in the normal range for this. Especially
since it's not something you can actually see. It's not like you're seeing garbage strewn throughout the water.
Yeah, okay.
It's mostly plastic particles.
I wonder what I was looking at.
It could have been like something that happened, like an acute incident or something. That I was surprised to learn, and I knew you'd be surprised to learn, that's not what the garbage patch is. It's like not actually an island of garbage out in the ocean. So
that's not normal to find just a huge amount of garbage all clustered together.
I mean, you might find, obviously you're going to find like garbage in the ocean and bodies of water sometimes.
Yeah.
But what you normally find in this cluster, in this area, is it's like really small particles of plastic and debris.
Really small?
I mean, they're a lot of times microscopic.
Wow.
So let's talk about just some info about it.
Okay, yeah, let's hear it.
It's thought to have formed gradually. Ocean and marine pollutants were gathered by the currents. The gyre's rotational pattern draws in waste material from across the North Pacific Ocean, including coastal waters off of North America and Japan.
Yeah.
There's no consensus on the exact origins of what they call pelagic plastics, which basically just means like plastics in the water.
Okay.
A 2014 study, they estimated that 60% of plastic marine debris is discarded fishing gear, like buoys, fishing lines, nets, things like that.
60%?
Well, this study estimated that.
See, that's actually kind of nice.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I mean, when you think about it, if 60% of it is people deliberately put shit into the water, that's
like you lose a fishing line, you lose a fishing net,
yeah,
stuff like that. Another study from 2011, it was an EPA report. They stated that the primary source of marine debris is due to improper waste disposal, trash management, and manufacturing. Basically, things like littering, illegal dumping, improper like waste runoff kind of stuff, manufacturing procedures. The main from land, you're gonna have these kind of things, the plastics coming from marinas, ports, your rivers, harbors, docks, storm drains, and at sea, your fishing vessels, stationary platforms, and cargo ships. Pollutants range in size from fishing nets to micro pellets that are used in abrasive cleaners. Have you heard of
I've heard a lot about these microbeads and how fish are eating them and getting ruined or something.
Yeah, so
Those little beads you like in your soap so much,
I think at one point Bath and Body Works was using them, and I don't think they use them anymore.
No, yeah, they I think they're the one that publicly made a big public statement of we're not going to use this anymore.
It's basically like they were really, really tiny beads of like plastic.
Yeah.
And they're meant to like be abrasive to help you wash your hands.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have seen them floating in their soap probably.
They don't break down. Now, I have since hearing that, I got soap or was at someone's house using soap, and it had what looked like little beads in it.
Yeah.
But as I was washing my hand, they broke down.
Right.
So they started using something else that actually, it's abrasive, but it breaks up when you wash it.
It's weird that they ever use plastic.
It's strange.
It's weird that anyone ever thought that was a good idea.
What it specifically was made of. But yeah, it doesn't seem like a good idea.
No, it's like, because that's all getting rinsed out. Like, that's going to get rinsed down the drain and stay wherever it's going.
Mm-hmm. So, that just gives you a range of, like, the kind of pollutants we deal with.
Yeah.
Especially in our waters. So, the currents carry debris from the west coast of North America, and that could take about 6 years. And from the east coast of Asia in a year or less.
To reach the middle? Or
to reach the Pacific Gyre. Where it's pulling in from.
I didn't realize it could take 6 years to make that journey.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
So in a 2017 study, so this is really current, University of California, Santa Barbara, and the University of Georgia did some research and found that 9.1 billion tons of plastic was produced since 1950. And of that, approximately 7 billion tons aren't in use anymore. So of that 7 billion tons, 9% was recycled, 12% was incinerated, and at least 5.5 billion tons of plastic. So where is it? It's in our landfills, and it's in our oceans.
No shit.
So I'm sure this is all, to some degree, estimations.
Yeah.
But that's 5.5 billion tons of plastic.
Oh my god.
Unaccounted for because it was thrown away, or it was, it's in the water.
Can you even picture 5.5 billion tons of anything like that?
Right.
So much.
It's crazy.
Wow.
And then a recent Australian study focused on the high rates of seafloor plastic pollution, and I didn't really get any specifics on what they said, but it just the fact that it was highlighting the often overlooked aspect of pollution, that we're discussing the fact that this top column of water, all this pollution there, but we're not even thinking of the fact that some of it has sunk to the bottom of the ocean. There's pollution there too.
Yeah.
We don't know to what extent or what degree or how much.
Goes down to where these creepy little, really deep sea creatures that never see anything are eaten up. And there's weird, ancient life.
They're turning into Godzillas.
Yeah. There's such strange biodiversity down that far, and we're introducing to them it's what would it be like? It'd be like feeding a caveman an Oreo. Do you know what I mean? It's like, hey, millennia old thing. Here's a pocket calculator. Do you know what I'm saying? How weird is that?
It's definitely strange to think about. So let's talk about photodegradation.
Let's.
So one good thing that's come out of the Great Pacific Garbage Patch is the fact that it is a very concentrated area of things like plastic that have degraded.
Yeah.
So it's good for doing studies to figure out how plastic degrades.
Oh, I didn't even think
like
about that.
Environmental impact research.
Yeah.
Because we have a bunch of debris that's not going anywhere.
Right. So we actually have a real-time study of like what happens to stuff like that when it's floating around.
So photodegraded plastic disintegrates into smaller pieces. It remains a polymer. It obviously doesn't biodegrade like other things do. So it just gets smaller and smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
But it's still plastic. It's still a polymer. As it breaks down, it concentrates the upper water column and becomes small enough to be ingested. Most plastics decompose within a year of entering the water, and when they do this, they leach chemicals like bisphenol A, PCBs, and polystyrene.
Okay.
So this leads into the next section of effects on human and marine life.
Yeah.
Some animals that are affected, obviously there could be a lot, but sea turtles and albatross are often affected.
What is an albatross?
It's a bird.
It's a bird?
Mm-hmm. Albatross is a bird.
I've heard this used as a metaphor, like an albatross around your neck.
Yeah.
But I never understood what... I thought it was a fish, but that's probably albacore I'm thinking of.
The albacore tuna.
And I never understood why you would have it around your neck. Are you about to Google this right now?
I'm looking up... I'm not trying to look up the song Albatross by Fleetwood Mac.
But why not, though?
Well, because we don't have the rights to it.
You don't want to have a random dance party in the middle of this podcast?
To Fleetwood Mac? Has anyone ever had a random dance party to Fleetwood Mac?
I don't know. That's a good question.
This is what an albatross looks like.
Oh. It's
like
a stupid
bird.
Pelican.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Well, now I know.
Yes.
I have to get one around my neck sometime soon. See how that feels.
We'll work on it. Probably not good. So the Midway Atoll?
The Midway Atoll. That sounds familiar to me. I think from like World War II stuff, maybe. So
there is a lot of debris in this area, and there are 1.5 million Laysan albatross here. Okay. And
1.5 million?
Yeah, it's estimated that they all have plastic in their digestive system.
It's estimated they all do?
They all, at least the majority. It would be impossible for them not to, basically, because their food source is in this area where there's a huge amount.
Right. That must be a weird study, though, where they go, estimate how many, and they come back and they say...
all of them. About all of them.
We estimate all approximately 100%.
Yeah. So a third of the albatross population, when they have chicks, a third of them die. And it's thought that a big part of that is because they're fed plastic by their parents.
Wow.
Obviously they're not trying to feed them plastic.
Negligent birds. I hope they go extinct.
But their food source is so caught up in it that, it's just toxic. So 5 tons of debris is fed to albatross chicks. I wrote it down. So crazy.
I shouldn't be laughing. This is horrible.
Horrifying. Also, floating debris absorbs organic pollutants from the seawater, and when fish and other animals eat them, the endocrine system can mistake it as estradiol and can disrupt hormones. These fish can be eaten by humans. So... Yeah.
And honestly, probably are somewhere.
Right. Well, I mean, there's... How much is done when we're doing huge fishing expeditions and selling them to vendors and whatnot? How much scientifically is done to determine that they're not?
Yeah, is anyone measuring the BPA levels in a salmon or a tuna or an albatross?
We're probably not eating albatross.
That we're probably eating. I mean, let's be honest. Looks delicious.
I'm not eating albatross. So the United Nations Ocean Conference They said that oceans might contain more weight in plastics than fish by 2050. That's the way things are going. 2050, oceans could contain more weight in plastics than fish, according to United Nations Ocean Conference.
That is such a staggering statistic.
Yeah, that's crazy.
2050
doesn't feel that far away. It's not that far away. It's less than 40 years.
We will probably be alive for it.
Yeah. So we have big issues. And so here comes the controversy.
Okay.
It's with the term garbage patch and things like trash island. It misrepresents the problem and it's misleading. There's no island of trash. It's not visible from space. It's more akin to a diffuse soup of plastic floating in the ocean. That's what a researcher said. So the important thing is to call for regulation and cleanup and to focus on stemming flow of plastic into the ocean from coastal sources. That's where we should be focusing. The media likes to use like the terms like garbage patch and stuff like that.
Or trash island.
And trash island. And obviously it's important to talk about, but it is misleading and it kind of does a disservice by not allowing us to understand the true depth of the problem and what the problem really looks like. Because if you're just out in the ocean and you're like, okay, everything's fine, you wouldn't even think about the fact that, no, like, this water could be very polluted.
Yeah.
And you could be contributing to a lot of pollution without even considering it.
Just to use me as an example right now, I thought that there was just a whole bunch of garbage, and that thought is a little bit dangerous because it suggests that, we could just scoop it out, it's not hurting anything,
right.
And it's not... And why haven't they just done that already?
Yeah.
That's the impression I had.
See the problem. Why hasn't it been taken care of?
It is so much more scary that it's seeping into everything. And that if you were to somehow be able to get it all in a sieve in 30 years, there might be more of it than fish. That's so scary.
And that was the thought I had coming into this, was like, okay, if there's really a trash island, then okay, just scoop it up. Just get it out of there. What are you doing?
Scoop up, dummies.
I didn't understand how misleading that was, and that there's no trash island. There's no big heap of large debris.
That's a real eye-opener.
Yeah. So that's basically all I have on actual trash island, but you did kind of ask me to talk about something else.
Something specific?
Yes. Which, when we thought trash island was actual, like, heaps of trash, it made a lot of sense to also discuss this.
Yeah.
It is a literal trash island.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, this is a cool thing. You can talk about what it is.
This is really interesting. It's actually was named Spiral Island.
Okay.
It's an artificial island off of Mexico, made by a British artist named Richard Sawa. It was actually destroyed by Hurricane Emily in 2005, but he did build another one called Joyce Island, that's Joyxee, as a replacement, and that's been open for tours since 2008.
Yeah, this is probably what I saw.
Possibly, but basically Spiral Island, he filled nets with empty discarded plastic bottles as a support structure, and he used 250,000 bottles for a 66 by 54 foot structure. This supported a structure of plywood and bamboo. He poured sand over that, and he planted plants. Specifically, he planted some mangroves. They just, in the Wikipedia article, they felt they need to point out. Yeah. So I thought I'd mention it was mangroves.
Oh, everyone knows what those are.
There, on this island, there was a 2-story house, a solar oven, self-composting toilet, and 3 beaches. So, yeah.
Got a toilet. Not too bad.
Garbage island.
Yeah, that's the thing is, when we were talking about this, I that's what I thought of, as this guy living on an island which is basically just plastic bottles holding up a fake island.
Yeah, I mean that's really cool.
Yeah, and he can tow it in and out too. He's got it anchored to the mainland, so he can rope himself in and go to the grocery store, and then rope himself back out by pulling away to the other side.
It's really cool.
That's Trash Island to me.
That is real Trash Island. That's actually what a trash island is. Yeah. It's a man-made island made of trash.
Yes.
Not what is actually referred to as Trash Island, which is like chemical soup of degraded plastics and other debris that is in our oceans.
What a phenomenal amount of research that you did to enlighten me on this point.
Everyone says that, but it's always mostly Wikipedia.
Well, the thing is, I feel like this is something people should know about. Especially people who have already heard of a trash island and have the wrong idea. But basically everyone should know this issue. The concentrations of plastic sound way scarier than I thought.
And, we debated not doing this topic. It was one of the first topics on our list.
Yeah.
That you wanted me to talk about. And then as we were discussing, we didn't have an idea for a topic. As we were discussing what to do, you're like, that might be boring. I don't know if you really want to talk about it. And we decided just to do it because we always find something interesting. Yeah. If you go on a search for something, go on a search for the topic, and you dig in a little deeper, we always find something to talk about.
There's always something under the hood.
And I knew that we would. And I'm really glad that we talked about it because it just... The term is misleading and it disguises the real issue. Yeah. And we wouldn't have known. Right. Obviously, we know pollution is a problem. Obviously, we know things need to be done. Yeah. But we didn't know how complicated it is to fix this kind of issue. Yeah. Because we didn't really know what the issue was.
It makes you think a lot about the ordinary consumption of plastic that happens in your everyday life. Mm-hmm. Even if it's not contributing to the oceans, even if your garbage is ending up somewhere like at a dump in Youngstown or something like that.
Well, what was it?
Yeah, 5.5 billion tons of plastic unaccounted for.
Yeah, between the ocean and our landfills.
Which means a lot of that is sitting probably within miles of anyone listening, within miles of their home, seeping into their groundwater. Mm-hmm. This stuff has an impact. I mean, you see bottles with BPA free on them and you go, I don't give a fuck.
It takes... the fact that it takes a year or less for plastic to start breaking down. Yeah. When it's in water. So that's not that long before it starts bleaching chemicals. And sure, it could be BPA free. That's great, but there are other chemicals. Yeah. Especially when it starts breaking down to the degree that it does in the Pacific Ocean and the other places where it's sitting.
I didn't realize that happened. Yeah. Honestly, when I picture plastic sitting there, they always say, well, it doesn't degrade. So I go, okay, so it's just a bottle chilling out for a long time. I didn't realize it becomes this microscopic concentration of plastic and then it's just in everything. Yeah, it's just smaller and smaller and smaller, but it still stays plastic. It's plastic. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't really... to some extent, I knew that, but I didn't really think about it. Yeah. I think that's in a lot of ways what this show is really good for. I think so, too. I think every episode, I come away with knowing a little bit more, and hopefully being a little bit more aware of my surroundings and a little better of a person for it, for having learned what we've learned. Yeah. Last episode, I got a history lesson I didn't expect, and it really affected me. Yeah. In a way I didn't expect it to. And I think I got the same thing out of this. Yeah. Of, obviously not a history lesson, but I certainly got a lesson on what we're doing. It just makes me think about how much plastic, I not generate, but basically by my demand for things, I am generating plastic. Mm-hmm. By my demand for a pound of bacon, I'm creating the plastic used to bring me that pound of bacon. We can be more thoughtful sometimes, maybe,
we can be more thoughtful about the types of products that we purchase and what we do with our waste, what we do when we're done with things, of maybe trying to be more mindful of recycling.
Yeah.
And reusing as much as we can.
Yeah.
Finding purposes for plastic bags. It's not just throwing them away.
Yeah.
Things like that. Everyone can jump on board and do something more than what you're already doing.
This
I know
seems
we
very
definitely
important.
can. But yeah, this went a direction I wasn't expecting it to go when I started looking into it.
Yeah. So if you're out there and you've ever eaten an albatross, let us know what it tastes like.
And also, is it around your neck? What's that like?
Yeah.
Bad?
Who did that to you?
Why? Why?
Are you in trouble?
Do you need some kind of help from an aid organization?
The International Society of People with Albatrosses Around Their Necks and who aren't quite fond of it, really.
We'll get a celebrity to endorse it.
That'll make it legit.
We'll ignore the plastic in the ocean. But we'll help you.
Hi, I'm Patrick Duffy, and I've had this albatross around my neck for the last 20 years. And everyone seems to think it's weird, and I do too. Won't you please help me?
For just $1 a day.
You can pay a small child to follow Patrick Duffy around and just lift it a little bit so his neck gets a break.
Oh.
That's weird as hell.
So this has been Goose Chase.
I guess.
I did real quickly want to mention something we haven't really mentioned or asked for.
Oh, okay. What's that?
If you guys are listening, which if you hear this, you are.
Right.
Please review us on iTunes or Google Play or wherever you listen. It helps other people hear us.
Everyone always says it. It's super true. It's one of the biggest things you can do to help out a podcast that you like. Just leave a little review. Even a not so great one. If you think we're kind of annoying, leave that too.
A quick shout out to our friend Harry who did this. He told me a while ago that he reviewed us on iTunes and gave us a good review. And I really appreciate that he did that.
Thank
and
you,
we
Harry.
Appreciate anyone who decides to do the same.
Yes. It really helps us out as far as finding just one more person who might be interested in listening to our show. So thank you very much for the consideration.
We want more weirdos.
Yes.
To bond with. Just bring the weirdos to us.
Yeah. It is it's a little family of weirdos, I think.
I think so. The people who've been listening so far are largely friends and family. Mm-hmm. And it warms the cockles of my heart.
Never know what that expression means.
To know. I like it because it kind of sounds dirty, but it's not.
Cockles.
It just makes me really happy to know that someone is enjoying this thing that I love doing.
Well, I know I'm enjoying it, and I really enjoyed today's episode.
I'm glad.
Thank you so much for
the research. I liked doing the research. It was really hard simply because I'm not sleeping like a normal person, apparently.
But it was very enlightening. So, thank you.
It's been fun and devastating, guys. I hope you enjoyed the episode.
It's not all doom and gloom, though.
No,
they're bringing back the McRib.
Yeah, oh God, it's probably made of plastic.
Yeah, whatever the McRib is made from, you don't want to eat it.
That's how we're gonna do it. We're just gonna take all of the water in this area. We're gonna boil it down, get that plastic, and make it into McRibs, and just poison ourselves instead of our water.
Well, if the plastic's got to go somewhere, we may as well eat it.
It might as well be our colon.
Mm-hmm.
And on that note,
thank you for listening. We will see you next week with another episode of Goose Chase.
Goose Chase.
Bye-bye.
Bye. You've been listening to Goose Chase. We are Goose Chase Podcast on Facebook and Twitter. On Twitter, our handle is @GooseChasePod, and our website is www.goosechasepodcast.com.
If you have any topics you would like us to research, please email us at goosechasepodcast@gmail.com.
Want to go on a goose chase?
Yeah.